absolutely crazy. So awesome. There's so much snow though. Oh, you guys want to see our fort? Bella and I built this fort. It's pretty cool. Check this out. Let's go see a couple other spots along the river. You guys have seen near our cabin with both a summer and a winter video, so let's go see some other stuff. What's up, everybody? I stopped the timer a little early. Yeah, I know. It had like 50 seconds left or something like that, but yeah, I was ready. So, anyways, I was gonna maybe invite Mark on and a couple other guys here. So, going to maybe bring a few of those guys in here in a second. I know Mark's finishing up his stream and stuff, so I'll wait until that's done, but I will, other than that, how's everybody doing? By the way, Gonzaga is in Spokane, and Spokane is right next to me. So Gonzaga men's basketball team won tonight. So, woohoo! Yeah! Go Gonzaga! I may have went to the bar with my friend and had a couple drinks. So, yeah, tonight's stream is going to be fun. And anybody who's a Florida State fan, I'm sorry. Not really, but I'm kind of sorry. So, but yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. And how's everybody's week going? This week's, I don't know about you guys, but this week has kind of gone fast for me. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling like the week is kind of moving along. I mean, tomorrow's Friday already. It's been a fun week. It's been kind of a nice, easy week. And usually, like the weeks that, because my dad is actually gone, and I work with my dad and my brother and stuff. For anybody who doesn't know, and usually when he's gone, the weeks are really difficult. And this week has been pretty manageable, so I'm pretty excited about it. By the way, sorry guys, hold on a second. But had to respond to Mark there. Mark Centroid Aerials is having his stream. He's kind of following up or doing kind of a just before me stream. We kind of piggyback each other. So he's just checking in with me and seeing how everything's going. But yeah, and I got a new camera, and it was working perfectly the other night. And for some reason tonight, I cannot get it to work. It's really bothering me. I don't know what is going on with it, but it just won't work here in my whole little I don't know, section of cameras. For some reason, it does not want to work. Doesn't matter if I restarted my computer or not, so whatever. We'll just go with it, I guess, and just use the regular camera. But yeah, I got this really nice HD camera and everything sitting on the side of me, and it's completely off. Oh, hold on, guys. I'm going to say goodnight to my son. Night, buddy. Ah, can you say goodnight to everybody? Can you wave to everybody? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Okay, he doesn't want to wave. Yeah, that was kind of.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's half good. Yeah. So yeah, he tried, right? Didn't he? He tried. All right, buddy. You have a good night. All right.
Little monster.
Yeah, little monster. So everybody.
So awesome. There's so much snow though. Oh, you guys want to see our fort? Bella and I built this fort. It's pretty cool. Check this out. Let's go see a couple other spots along the river. You guys have seen near our cabin with both a summer and a winter video, so let's go see some other stuff.
Oh, sorry. I had a fail moment there with my stream. So Mark, Centroid Ariel, and I were testing doing some stuff last night with the online simulator for the racing and acro drones and stuff, and I forgot to change my stream to public instead of private and unlisted from our trials last night. So, oops. Oh, so let's try this again. I was talking to myself for probably about 10 minutes before. This is, it's actually a pretty normal day. I usually talk to myself quite a bit because I do a lot of traveling in the car. And yes, I talk to the radio and I talk to myself. Yeah, it might be sad, but hey, it keeps me occupied, right? But what's up, everybody? It's Thursday. This week, for me at least, has gone by super fast. And usually a week when my dad is on vacation, I have 2 jobs, and so my week just goes so slow, and it's just so nerve-wracking and stressful. And this week has not been that at all. So I'm really excited. Also, I'm really happy because I'm sorry, Florida State University fans, but Gonzaga, woo! They are from my area. I am a big Gonzaga basketball fan, and I am so happy that they won tonight. If you were waiting to watch that game until later, oops. I mean, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, no. Gonzaga won, yes. And thank you, everybody, for coming in. Yeah, and sorry guys, again, like I said, I don't know what happened. I started the stream, I thought, at 7:30, and that is just not the case. So for everybody coming in from Centroid Aerials, appreciate you guys coming in. How's it going? I should probably get the chat going. Huh. Yeah, Centroid Raid. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, everybody. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope everybody else's week is going as well as mine. Mine has been going pretty well. Drone worship, Dan. Yeah, so sometimes Dan rubs his butt, sometimes he rubs his knees, and sometimes he does both. Now that is multitasking, my friend. That is multitasking. Thanks for coming in, though, everybody. Yep. How's it going, Eileen? How are you doing? And thank you, everybody, coming in here. Just starting to kind of file in. Appreciate you guys all coming in. Yeah, I will try to get a couple people in here and stuff on either Hangouts or Skype or whatever we do. I think I'll probably just use Hangouts tonight because my computer, for some reason, actually, I shouldn't say my computer. My internet has been really slow the last few days. And so my speeds are supposed to be 400 megabit download and 25 megabit upload. And I'm not even getting like 20 megabit download sometimes. So I might have to call my provider, but at least my upload speed is good. So this should be coming in clear to everybody. Just let me know if it's not. There's probably not much I can do besides, you know, throw things, but that might be fun for everybody to see. I could throw a couple things, I guess. But yeah, and also for some reason it's saying that there's only 3 people in here, which I can see more of you guys talking than that. So obviously that's broken as well. But yeah, Gary, how's it going? Eileen, Gianni, of course, Dan from Drone Worship. How are you doing? Just looking. And let's see here, Above and Beyond. And Mark, Centroid Aerials, obviously is in here as well. So yeah, thank you guys for coming in. Oh, you see that there's 7 in Above and Beyond? Thank you. Yeah, I just see 3. I guarantee it's probably going to show that for the rest of the time, or at least for a while. Hey, Lloyd, thanks for coming in. Yep, no problem. Just saying hi. Dan, definitely the Tide Pod challenge, though. If you're going to decide one, no. Is it really that bad, though? Because it's saying it's good. I'm seeing that everything is decent, but I don't have my good camera working right now. I only have it in 720, so that I can't help right now. I don't know why. I'll have to mess with the camera later. I didn't really have, like I said, I may have gone to the bar tonight to watch the Gonzaga game with a couple friends. So I've had a couple, but just enough to make this fun. Just enough to maybe get you guys to tell me a couple, or get you guys to get me to tell a couple stories. But yeah, so let me see here. I am going to invite a couple people here to come on in. See here. I'll get Mark in here. And anybody else who wants to come in, please just let me know. And I will send you guys a link. I just need an email or whatever. But either way, I can get you guys in here. So we'll picture sound is okay. That's good above and beyond. Thank you. Hey, Kevin, what's up? How's it going? Have a good night, Lloyd. Yes, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. And if you guys haven't already, everybody coming in, or if you're going or whatever, if you guys could hit that like, I really appreciate it. But let's see here. I will give Mark a link here, and we'll try to get him in here. I don't know why, but like literally everything. It might just be my computer too is kind of working slow, but sometimes it's just this. I don't know. The computer is supposed to be pretty good. It's not though. You've become mad at the world, then, dude. You can come and be mad at the world if you want, just as long as you're mad at the world for the right reasons, right? 4 times. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. Wait, just looking, that means you hit it, canceled, hit it, canceled. But you got to hit it 5 times or 7. It's got to be an odd number though, because if you hit the like an even number of times, it just goes back to a nothing opinion of the stream. So Mark, by the way, I sent you a link. Anybody else? If you guys want to, if anybody wants to come in here, please let me know. Get me your email somehow, or I can give you guys. I can throw my email out here. I'm not worried about it. Okay, so Nay, if you're getting the same thing, I don't know what's going on. My internet has really been screwy lately. When I do tests, like my ping is good, and then my download speed comes up, and it's just like boom, 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 up and down, up and down, up and down, going all the way to like 180 megabits per second, all the way down to like 18, and then it usually settles somewhere around 1920, which is supposed to be 400. So it's just all over the place. And then I did this one other thing. It's not on speedtest.net, but it's this other one. And it actually tests like packet loss and stuff as well. And I was getting a little bit of packet loss today even. Yeah, I'm going to be calling my provider because I haven't got my full speed since I upgraded, to be honest. But let's see. I don't know if you got the invite there, Mark. Conspiracy above and beyond. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It seems like everybody's internet. Maybe, I mean, I know we had the, what was it, last Friday, I think? They were saying that there was a coronal mass ejection, a CME storm that caused some satellite interruptions and stuff. And like the Aurora Borealis was in this area as far south as we are. So maybe something, you know, that's still something that has to do with it. But usually those only last like a day or so, a couple hours even. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, and then I don't know if anybody saw if Tennessee, and maybe somebody could tell me, did Tennessee win their game over Purdue? No, I didn't go business class. Mine's the Ultra in my area. So my speeds should be 400 megabits down, 25 megabits up. And usually my ping is around 35. And my ping was, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was in the upper 40s. And like I said, my download speed was anywhere from 100 and something all the way down to 13 at one point. So Purdue won. Gosh dang it, Gianni. So on the ESPN bracket challenge or whatever it is, I don't have anybody in the chat, so I'm going to take these headphones off because I can hear myself better. It sounds like I'm not underwater. But on the bracket challenge, I have Tennessee as my champion. But I was in the better than 1 percentile. I had all of my 16 or Sweet 16 seed teams left. And so I was doing really well, but Tennessee was my champion. So that's obviously just out. Oh, it was in overtime. Man, I'm going to have to watch the end of that game. That sounds like a good game. Yeah, isn't that a bandwidth swing? Like, it's really, really bad. And let's see. Mark may be finishing his stream maybe or something, but okay, let me check my email there. I'll see if any of you guys have sent me any stuff. I'll get some of you guys in here. Dan, yeah, if you wanted to come in, Dan, I thought I had your email, but I might not. Maybe I was just in a chat with you on somebody else's, but we'll see here. If you want to come in, Dan, though, you're more than welcome. Jerry, what's up? How's it going? Okay, I'll send one to you. There, Dan. Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. I'm getting Dan in here. All right, and here we go. And then I'll have to actually set you up here once you get in here, Dan. lifestyle@gmail.com. Oh. God. Didn't put the .com in there. There we go. All right. Sorry, guys. Kind of I'm having a slow night. Like I said, I might have had a few drinks at the bar with some friends. So if I'm slow a little bit tonight, you guys can blame it on Dan, who will be in here in a second. All right, Dan, I sent you that email if you want to come in. Yeah, honestly, and the thing is Nay, what you're saying about my lower third, what I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to get my other camera to work, but it won't for some reason. I don't know why. And yeah. Yeah, exactly, Dan, right? So I sent it to you, Dan. If you got the email, let me bring up my studio here. See if I can get this going, and then I will try to get your no capture. you in here. Hey, what's up, man? All right, so I'm trying to get you in here. Yeah. It is probably making me talk funny. Let's see here. Why is it not recognizing? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I do have your. Are you going to be doing video at all, or? Okay, nothing to see. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Hey, I mean, we watched you order McDonald's on whose channel was that you ordered the McDonald's on? No, you. Yeah, Ronald McDonald ordered McDonald's. Oh, I don't know what you're. I think I know what you're talking about.
Like he'll pull up and I'll be like, "Kelly, you can smell her toenails."
All right, can everybody hear him at least now? Go ahead and say something, Dan.
Okay, I guess.
Just want to make sure everybody can hear him. But yeah, I'm showing that everybody can now hear you. I don't have you up. For some reason, the window's not coming up, but that's,
Well,
that might be more me than anything.
I'll totally sing for him.
Ooh, what are we singing? Is it Baby Shark?
No. Sure. Did it, shark, did it, baby. Yeah. We can do that.
Is he really
sorry.
quiet?
For everybody, I just did that too. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's all right. No, I don't think anybody's. Let's see here.
I think I've become a warped, frustrated old man thanks to YouTube. Early at like 30, 32 years old, I've become this frustrated old guy that just is tired of everyone.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what though? Like, I kind of understand, especially when I've seen. Like, I did not know when you were saying like you showed that stuff of like all the like, what was that? What's that one person who made like an actual channel to like some of your deleted videos or something? Like, I never knew.
Yeah, no, it's. I don't hide from those days. Like those. Okay, so there's so much more to that. At the time, okay, let's do this. A lot of people will never understand how deep YouTube really goes. Like most of you will graze the surface and you'll have your little fun on YouTube and you guys will go back and forth and you'll make videos and you'll have an enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
There's also a really dark side to YouTube that I call like the dark web, where you you get sucked in by trolling activity and then you become part of this group, which was actually, there's a very interesting story behind this. I don't know if you know what the YTDC is. Have you ever heard of the YTDC?
The what?
The YTDC?
No, what is it?
It's the YouTube drinking community. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, actually, 3 of the founders for YTDC were the original creators of YouTube, and they were doing it to share their drinking videos with each other.
Okay.
So once you find out about the YTDC, then you want to partake in it, because if you go on Google right now or you go on YouTube and you just type in YTDC, you will see the darker side of what YouTube has to offer. And I promise you, for any of you that are like, oh, I have to check this out, be careful what you get yourself involved in, because that is a massive pack of troll animals that will tear your personal life to pieces.
Really?
Pieces, without even caring what they do to you. Okay, so for you, like, oh, trolling is nothing. These guys will attack your personal life and come after you in a way that you didn't even think was possible. So I started to troll a gentleman. Well, I didn't troll him. I called him out on a video that I knew was fake. I don't
Hmm.
know if you know who the Shoe Nice 22 is. At the time, he would have been the Shoe Nice 22.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know who he is.
he was an eating fanatic along with Furious Pete and all these other guys. And I made a video about this guy slapping himself in the face. He said he was the world's fastest face slapper or something. And I ran his video through a time lapse sequence, and I realized that he had sped the video up to make it look like he was slapping his face faster, right? Than
Yeah.
he really was capable of doing. And so then I called him out and I made a video. Well, what I didn't realize was I was stepping into a whole universe I didn't understand, right? I didn't
Hmm.
know that this underground group of trolls waits for people to make a video about this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from there, the next year of my life was just a living hell. Like,
Huh.
absolutely, bro. They cost my girlfriend her job. They came after my job. Like, it got to the point where it was just ridiculous. And then I went to the police and I was like, dude, there is something you have got to be able to do about this.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, it's an internet crime. What do you want us to do? We don't, we don't handle internet crimes. Okay, that needs to be taken up with the Internet Crimes Division. And I was like, well, who's that? And they're like, the FBI. I'm like, you really think the FBI is going to go out of their way to help some random YouTuber? They have Russian collusion and stuff they need to be more worried about than some YouTuber that's getting trolled by a bunch of heckles. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so that they're gonna laugh you right out of the building no matter what you do. But anyways, I decided to put in my complaint with IC3.gov. I went ahead and dropped that. That's the FBI. For those of you who don't know, IC3.gov is the way you can contact the Federal Bureau of Investigation and have a personal conversation with them if you'd like to. I sent them all my data, all my screenshots, all this ridiculous stuff that was happening to me, how they cost me my girlfriend's job. I was going to get sued by a bar owner that I used to hang out with because I was vlogging there at the time, and they were calling her place a business and like blowing it up with the phone. Like 6,000 trolls were just letting her have it. She had nothing to do with any of this stuff. So you have to understand, man, I come from a very dark path on YouTube when I got started. And so when they started trolling me, I had to do something to seem like it wasn't affecting me,
Yeah.
right? So I started making videos, little videos, started off small, got bigger, you know. And then I started realizing that if they're going to troll me, I can troll them back by faking things. Like I'm going to take a fake trip to Hawaii just to piss them off. Like they're already mad. I may as well just like show them that I can play the game too. Right? That was the worst decision I ever made. Don't ever do that.
Yeah.
Don't make a video about the trolls, bro. That just makes your situation 50,000 times worse. But I'll tell you what it did do. It made me a much mentally stronger person on YouTube to understand that YouTube is a game. And it's all how you play the game that's going to define whether you win or not. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's really not. Once you understand that YouTube is a game, then you have to learn how to play correctly if you want to win. It's almost strategic.
Yeah.
Okay? So a lot of the stuff that I do on my channel, people are like, that's stupid. Why would you do that? Let me ask you a question. I run a channel based on obsolete drones. Okay? Obsolete drones.
Okay.
Most of the drones I have are obsolete. But it's funny how I managed to keep them relevant in today's market, even though nobody cares about them anymore. Okay? That's strategically going back through, finding ways to make them better to make them relevant to the market today. So even though I can't afford a Mavic Pro or a blah, 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 I show you what you can do with older tech. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And still make it good or as good as what's out there today. So I built a channel on obsolete crap. Like basically that's the idea of it. Like that's what my channel's about. Being a channel based on not spending a whole lot and getting everything that the big birds get, But then I came across a drone like the Solo, and I didn't realize how much it actually had to offer. It wasn't old tech; it was just not unleashed tech yet.
Yeah.
And that's where my channel really took a spike once I figured out that this bird has so much potential that was never untapped. We kind of went from there, but the game plan was to dominate the algorithm, and I've always consistently told people it's not about making good content. It's about entertaining the people and taking over the algorithm. The only way you can do that is to constantly take one platform that you have and just do nothing but videos with that platform until you start watching. So a way to find out if you're taking over an algorithm is to Google search or YouTube search every day for the drone that you have. So
Yeah.
let's say you're trying to dominate the algorithm for the Mavic Pro,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Every day that I put out a video, I can go search, I can Google or go on YouTube search and type Mavic Pro, and I'll watch my videos slowly start climbing to the top. And when they reach the top 10, you're in trending category. You are taking over that algorithm because you put out so many videos and nobody else is really making content anymore about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
no, I know.
that's how you grow your channel faster. Huh?
Yeah, with those the Master Air Screw props for the Mavic Air and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was the second person that I know of to make a video about those at all. And so when I put out that video of mine, it was number 2, I think, on the list, and then it actually went up to number 1 for a second. If you searched Master Air Screw or Mavic Air Stealth props or Mavic Air Quiet props or anything like that, I was number 1 or 2 on each one of those lists. And now a bunch of bigger channels have done stuff on it because it's kind of a trending thing to do. And so it's starting to slow down for mine. But for the first few days, it blew up.
Here's how you solve that.
Mm-hmm.
So just because they're bigger channels, they're going trending first.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that they're still messing with those props. If you were to continue making videos talking about those props, then your video would go back up again. You would end up taking over the algorithm because they've stopped. They made 2 videos about it. Oh yeah, look, they make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, their video's done. They're moving on to the next thing. You have an opportunity now to make more videos based on that one thing and actually take over the algorithm. So then instead of their videos being watched first, you can. It's all analytics, dude. It's all statistics. I'm a numbers person. Numbers will help you confiscate the contents of your friend's wallet during a Yahtzee game, bro. I promise you, man. I got really decent with the numbers and understanding the analytics about 2 years ago, and that's when I started chasing. But
I mean, you have what? How many views on your channel? And 8,000?
I mean, but that's the problem. That's the problem is that I can get the views. The views aren't the problem. I've got almost 3 million views on my channel now, but out of 3 million people, not even a 1% bracket decided to subscribe to me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The views aren't the issue. It's getting people to understand how to help the content creator. Most people just go online and they look up a YouTube video and they get the information they want and they
click
bail.
out.
They don't give you a like. They don't understand that you need the help. Like I'm not making these videos for me. If I didn't care, I wouldn't make them at all. I'd just take my own information and run with it. But I care enough to make a video and show everybody, this is how you do it. This is how you modify it. But I think people don't understand how to actually help the content creator. They just take the information they want and they roll.
Well, I've actually thought about making a video of like just how to be able to interact on YouTube, because I seriously, and my parents aren't the average person watching YouTube. My parents barely go on YouTube. But my mom once was like, well, how do I push this thumb up button? It won't let me. She had no clue she had to have an account. No clue.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there that I think have that no clue.
Don't. Right.
So
exactly.
I've actually thought about making a video on how to actually create an account to be able to interact with your favorite YouTubers, but haven't done it yet.
I think the real video that needs to be made is how to help content creators as a viewer.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be made. You know what I'm saying? If you appreciate somebody's work and they helped you in some kind of way, then they deserve a like and even if you subscribe to them, you don't ever have to come back to their channel. You know what I'm saying? But you still help them grow in some kind of format. And I think that's my biggest irritation with YouTube is that I put in 3 hard years and I'm still not quite seeing the numbers that I want to. So anyways, I deflect, man. I defer here because I talked to my girlfriend the other day and I said, man, I'm not where I want to be. And honestly, I don't know how much more effort I want to put into this. I almost feel like I just want to just walk away right now and pull a flying Ryan on everybody and just deuces, and I'm still considering it. I don't know how much more I really want to put into this.
Yeah.
I've given up 3 years of my life, and every freaking day off that I have, I go and I apply it towards hobby making videos. But I think this whole time I've been doing things for everyone else instead of myself.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
forgetting
the
the
big
fun.
thing.
I'm forgetting the fun factor in it. Yeah, I think it started off fun for me, and it was an exciting thing to get out here and make YouTube videos and participate. And then as I got to know people, I started meeting schemy people and people that just wanted to take advantage of what you have. And I did meet some good people out of it, but I've met some really skeevy companies and skeevy people now at this point, and it sucks when you offer them the world and they take everything you have.
Well,
You know what I
and
mean?
another thing I'll say is, so I made that video on the Master Air Screw props about a week and a half ago now, something like that, or 2 weeks ago. And I'm telling you for real, Dan, I've had 3 companies since then ask me to do a video on a $15 drone, and they want it 5 minutes or more. And it's like, you want me to spend 3.5 hours setting up this thing, doing an unboxing, doing all the editing, doing all the shooting and everything on a $15 drone, and you want me to spend 3.5 hours on something that's worth $15?
Right. But see, that's the same thing I tell all these companies. Any company that gets a hold of me, you want to know why I rarely ever test products on my channel anymore?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I'm not getting sponsorship offers. It's that I'm turning them down.
Yeah,
I'm tired of it.
I turned all 3 of those down.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm not going to help China. You're just giving China free advertisement.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you anything in return. They think because they gave you a $15, oh, we're gonna give you. Don't worry, you can keep it. It's yours, but you have to make a video.
Yeah, and those props, the props, they send me those props for free, and I mean they were only like $25, and I spent quite a bit of time on that video, but I spent the time on that video because I was really interested in those props and doing a video on the props, regardless of whether they gave me them for free or not. I was going to do that video, but I'm sorry, a drone that is a ball that has a little G.I. Joe looking guy in it that moves if you put your hand towards it or something, that's $15. Like I'm okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
Send
That's
it to
the type
me.
of video where I would just pull out my phone and just set it up and be like, so this was sent to me.
Yeah.
And then I'd like, wow, isn't that cool? And post like a 2-minute video with my cell phone without an intro or any kind of info about it.
Yeah, and see if they sent it to me and said, hey, do a review on it, and they just sent it to me, and I would probably do a little video on it, and it would be probably something along the lines of what you're saying, a short little review or something. But a 5-minute video on a drone that
dude,
with your hands is tough to do.
It's to the point where I have companies like Amazon. These guys will reach out to me and they'll be like, oh, we'll give you this product and $25 if you. And I go, wait a minute, did you just try to bribe me with money to give you a good review? Is that what you just did? No, that's what I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, no, you just said that you would give me $25 if I did this review. You're gonna pay for an Amazon. You realize that's against the rules, right? It's against the system of Amazon to do that.
Well, that's why they want you to buy it, and they will refund you on.
No. They would buy it and send it to me and still give me $25.
Oh.
That's why I said you're throwing the review by offering me a bribe of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're getting like that now to the point where a lot of people are turning down all of their offers. I mean, don't get me wrong. They target the small channels because the small channels are just excited to get anything. They're like, oh my God, I got a sponsorship.
Now, did they tell you that you had to leave a review on Amazon, like a 5-star review or something?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, those are shady. I won't do any of those.
Yeah, shady, bro. Super shady. It's crazy. So I screenshot the email and I forward it to Amazon contact so I can show them what the product was and who posted the link, and then normally they get removed. So it's I don't play that game, man. I'm like the chillest dude ever, but it seems like as of starting off this year, bro, I have noticed so much drama in the drone community, and just I've gotten to the point where I'm just tired of watching it go down. It's just crazy how everybody's fighting with each other. And I just come in now and I just say whatever I want to, like butt cheeks. Like I don't even care whether it's drone related or not. Like tipplers, ticklers.com, and people are like, what? And I'm like, yeah, hashtag everybody poops. Like, I don't care, because it's like,
I was
like,
wondering what you were doing the other day when you were like hashtag everybody. I think that was on Mark's channel or whatever. I was like,
yeah, well, because
where is he then?
It's my way of letting you know what video is coming. I'll use hashtags to let you know what's about to come up. So I was going to do the poop factory. So for like 2 weeks straight, I went ahead and started the poop thing. Like, I poop my pants. I'm having a Taco Bell so I can go poop. Hashtag everybody poops, just to get you prepared for what my next video is and keep you thinking.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Yeah, like
I mean, it's fine. I think it's hilarious. I mean, and if you want, why don't you and I start some kind of fake drama and get everybody all worked up on hashtag drone worship, hashtag. Just messing with you.
Yeah, you get it though. But you understand. You think it's funny. I pop into some people's streams like, I don't do that when I go to your channel. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Just learn to laugh.
Oh,
it's not that serious, man.
Honestly, if I will have a problem with somebody in my stream if I see somebody else being bothered by what's being said, but until that point, I'm really not worried about it. I mean, if somebody comes in and they're going to use potty humor, like, I'd laugh at that stuff too. I'm a 13-year-old inside my head sometimes.
Exactly. That's why everybody thought I was trolling Val in them and on Roger's channel. I'm not trolling Val. I'm not leaving her dislikes. I think it's a little weird of a grown woman to try to police grown men into what they should and shouldn't say on the internet platform. That seems a little crazy to me.
Well, you know what though? That's how it is straight. Like, my wife polices. No.
See? But I get that. But like, this is my hangout. This is where I come to escape things. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
This is where I feel like I can chit chat with the boys. But then all of a sudden I pop in. I'm like, "What's up, everybody?" Smacks on the butt all around. Woo! And then immediately I'm like, "Oh, don't say that, Daniel. What are you? Don't talk like that." I'm like, "What did I do?"
Hey, you know what? I have the later. I call it not the late show, but the later show of the night on Thursday. So this is where everybody can let go a little bit, and a little bit of potty talk never bothered anybody, right?
Well, if you're lucky, I may get into the Moby Huge. We may talk about that.
Or will the Moby Huge get into you? No, I'm just joking.
Yo, dude, no way. You need like a 55-gallon drum of lube to get that to go through. Oh my God.
Oh.
But no, man, I'm super serious. But like, it's come to the point now, man, where I'm just not sure I want to continue right now. I may just take 6 months off, dude, just because I'm that exhausted of YouTube and what it has to offer.
I've seen people do it, and I know you'll have to, like, when you come back, you'll have to kind of ramp up a little bit for a while before your views and all that stuff will come back. But man, sometimes it's worth it because, like you say, like, I mean, it's not like you're making a living off of YouTube right now, right?
No, heck no.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about, if your paycheck's not coming in. I mean, I'm sure you make a little bit of money that's like fun to play around with, but you probably more spend it on the hobby and all that stuff more than anything.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I think everybody thinks I'm balling on YouTube status. It's not even the case, dude. If I'm lucky, I clear $200 a month on YouTube. It doesn't seem worth the time and effort putting it towards that, to take every single day off that I have to go shoot YouTube videos. You know what I mean?
Hey man, $200, you could get a 1/4 ounce weight, 16 karat chain for that.
Bro. Telling you, man.
Oh, dude, when I was, what was I? I think I was 14, something like that. I went out and bought a gold chain, and because it was the in thing back then, back in the mid 90s. Right. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then it got stolen in gym class about 3 weeks after I got it. And then I was bummed for about 10 minutes until one of my friends was like, dude, thank God you're not wearing that chain today, man. You look like such a dweeb. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I left it at home.
You know what, bro? It's probably that little chubby bully who has to wear his shirt at a swimming pool.
Yeah, I don't know who took it, but you know what? They did me a favor, because it was literally like a week after I stopped wearing it, and after one of my friends said that I looked like a dweeb with it, that I just completely forgot about the thing and never worried about it again. I don't even think somebody could have worn it in front of me. I wouldn't have known. I'm really bad at noticing things, though. So
Yeah. How old are you, man?
I'm 35.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you got 3 years on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just have so much going on. Like, I don't know how much time I really have for YouTube right now. Like, I'm trying to get a new car. I'm trying to get my boat in the water. Like, there's things I want to accomplish before summer really rolls around and gets kicked off. You know?
Yep. Hey, I
Yeah.
see Lloyd made it back. Must have not been able to sleep very well. Yes, he says you're cracking him up, Dan. So thanks for keeping Lloyd here for me. I owe you.
Look, man, I'm the goofiest dude ever. I hate it when people take things that I like. I think a lot of times I'll say stuff that people don't understand the reference of,
Yeah.
or what I'm aiming for with the reference. Like I say a lot of TV lines and I say a lot of stuff that you had to have been kind of a movie buff to keep up with me when I get going. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say a line from a movie and somebody will be like, that's weird. Like I'll give you an example. I was in Roger's stream the other day, and Hadley was in there. Hadley's famous FPV.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And Hadley took a drink of Coca-Cola, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and instantly in my head, I had to type what I thought. I was like, man, can you imagine if they still put cocaine in Coca-Cola today? Kids would be running around with the itch everywhere, you know?
They did though in the 1800s, like
That's what
massive
I'm
amounts.
saying.
Massive
Yeah,
amounts.
so like you get where I was going with that, right?
Yeah.
So it was just meant to be amusing. Like, you know, you'd have all these little crackhead kids running around, dude, to get their next suave of Coke.
Yeah, in
And,
fact, the whole
I got-
reason why Coca-Cola has so much sugar and caffeine is in it is because the people who were addicted to the cocaine in it needed something else to replace that addiction, and so they found caffeine and massive amounts of sugar to get them like not go crazy, I guess.
Nothing against Roger, but it got deleted and I got banned on my regular drone worship channel. I can't go in Roger's stream anymore now with my regular channel because of my comment that Hadley, and you see, it's because somebody didn't understand where I was going with the reference. Like, it's so easy to take things out of context when people say it.
Like your channel. Oh, somebody else got your channel out of there. Or?
Yeah, I mean, it was Roger Val. One of them made the choice. I have nothing against Roger Val, but like, you know, I have a feeling I know who it was, but once again, it's a big guessing game. You don't actually know who got rid of you.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's all in the
I'm
past.
fine. I'm fine. It's water under the bridge. The only people I'm really sour about is probably the original Dobo and Ken, for my own personal reasons. Ken Heron. That's, some of you know why, some of you don't. Personal reasons.
I do.
And yes, and the RC failers. I will never, as when Nate and Abby came in my stream that day, they had no idea what they were getting themselves into. They should have stayed off my channel. They should have never come into my channel. They should have Abby should have steered clear of my channel that day.
I've never heard of them, but I know who the original Dobo is, and I know
I'm talking about the RC Sailors.
Yeah, RC Sailors. I don't know who they are, but I know original Dobo, and I definitely know everybody I think here knows who Ken Heron is. But yeah, I mean, Above and Beyond was saying they used to rub that stuff on kids' gums back in the day when they were teething and stuff.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah. Other than that, dude, I really don't have too much drama. Like, I just don't care to. I am the funny, goofy class clown of YouTube. That's what I set out to be.
So if you're since you're a movie buff and stuff, have you heard the most recent I guess theory on how Thanos is going to be defeated?
Actually, you know what? I try to walk into those movies not knowing anything.
Oh, then I won't.
I really don't. I don't like to do that to myself. I try to keep an open mind about everything when it comes to the universe.
This has already been confirmed that it is not going to happen, so you're not missing anything if I tell you. But
okay, go ahead.
It's like an internet meme thing more than anything, but everybody's all talking about how Ant-Man is going to crawl up Thanos' butt and then expand himself. And so there's all these memes of like Thanos being like all upset, and they're like, Thanos when Ant-Man enters, and you know,
wow, dude.
Yeah,
that sounds like a porno.
It's pretty bad, but yeah, if you just look it up, you might get to the dark side of YouTube. So anybody who has kids looking over their shoulder, please don't. But yeah, look it
Yo.
up. Look it up at some point. It's kind of funny.
I cannot stress this enough. I was serious when I talked about the YTDC earlier. You guys can Google that and YouTube it and look it up, but be careful to say anything in anybody's video that you come across
And
because
yeah,
it's not a joke.
I'll just take your.
It's not a joke. If you think it is, it's not.
I'll just take your word on it because I've had.
Yeah.
I think my worst like troll was somebody who disliked like 3 or 4 of my videos in a row. That's my worst. And
Dude, I think
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I think as far as comments go, I've had a couple people on my Rattlesnake Ridge videos tell me I don't know what I'm talking about and I don't know anything about geology, and I tell them, yeah, you know what? I don't. I just know how to fly and take pictures and state opinions that are probably wrong or not.
All I can tell you is if you ever come across Order 66 troll videos, do not, I repeat, do not get close to those vids, man. Don't, because once you start watching them, you think they're entertaining, and then you don't realize that they're actually doing this to somebody's life personally.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, that's
And
not right.
people feed on drama, dude, and they love it. But when you find out how nasty the Order 66 crew really is, bro, it's a pack of like 50,000 trolls.
Well, and we're
And they
all
don't-
guilty of that. We're all guilty of that because, like, what's some of the most popular, like, even just drone videos out there? People crashing their drones. Like that's
Yeah.
like people
I know.
love mayhem. People love
Drama and destruction. Yep. We've that's the society we've become, man.
Yep.
I can't say that, dude. Motley Crue is the build-up for all that.
Prime TV. Are you talking about Amazon Prime TV there, Night Train? By the way, I've seen a little bit of some of the Amazon Prime TV, and some of the Netflix stuff is kind of getting a little bit up there as far as things too. But
yeah, dude. I'm super chill, bro. Everybody seems to have this opinion about me. I think the biggest thing going around right now, man, is that everybody's mad at me for telling other channels how to run their channels, and I don't think they get that I'm just giving my personal opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I say, hey, man, are you only going to talk DJI stuff? Because there's a lot of other drones out there on the market that we could be talking about instead of just pushing DJI higher and higher up on the pedestal. The more you guys do that, the less options are available to the market.
Well,
So
here's
if
the
you
thing, Dan.
continue-
You want to know, I've got the whole perfect storm of what would you call Dan hatred. I've got 2 Hubsan drones and a Mavic Air. And go.
Man, you're just you're just asking for failure of life. A catastrophic series of events are going to befall you soon.
I actually really do want the Parrot Anafi though. I really like.
No, and I do too. I hear it's fantastic. Like a lot of people are pissed about the range, but come on, folks. Do you really need to go more than a mile? I'm sick of this.
Yeah, well,
you know
here's
how far
the thing.
a freaking mile is?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Jesus Christ.
The only times you'll ever go a mile is when you're trying to test how far something goes. Like.
Exactly.
Yeah, like when I do all my videos, when I do all my commercial shoots and all that stuff, I could probably measure everything in feet more than yards, let alone miles. So.
Well, 5,280 feet in a mile. That's a long freaking ways away. Now, don't get me wrong. I've taken 6-mile flights, but why? Why did I do that? Just to see if it could do it. That's all.
Yeah, Geeks Funny, you have a few of their drones. Like, the reason why I want the Anafi, Dan, is I want to be able to look up. And right now, I don't know any other drones that really have that ability.
They don't.
And it opens up just another whole view point,
now,
I guess.
I will say this. If I took the Hubsan 109 and I extended the gimbal out past the front of it, it would probably throw the CG off, but it could definitely look up straight.
Yeah. And I think with some of the other drones that you have, like the landing gear pull in, you could have something that could look up slightly as well without getting the.
Well, but I mean, it's such a fantastic setup on the Anafi because it does camera's on the front, so it allows it to spin all the way up without having an undercarriage to look at.
Exactly.
Where the Hubsan can do that. The 109 allows the gimbal to point all the way up at itself, but then I'm staring at the bottom of the drone. That's why I said if I was to extend that out and then add a counterweight to the back of it,
gotcha.
I could probably do the exact same thing with the 109S because it's all third-party gimbal system.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's already got like the mechanical ability and stuff to point up. You just need to make it where the drone's not going to get in the way when you do it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's not bad. Then.
So if I extended the gimbal out past the front of the bird, then I could do that.
That sounds like a video coming up.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna talk to Sean Brooks. I'm gonna talk to Sean Brooks because Sean is the one that donated the 109 to me a year ago, and I think I'm ready to sell it and get something else.
There you go.
So it's just taking up room on my shelf, and it flies fine. It's got no issues. It's just got the brand new Hubsan gimbal put on it.
Yeah.
And the advanced transmitter and all that, but I don't ever fly it. It's got such a short flight time. You know, it's so heavy, so damn heavy.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know why it's so heavy.
Oh, so Thomas O'Sullivan is saying that the Anafi had a lot of controller connection problems as well. But at the same time, he also says there are no other drones that look up. So, you know.
Well, but that was when it first came out. They were having those problems. I feel like everybody. It's like the Solo. The Solo was horrible when it first came out. The 3DR.
Yeah.
Was a joke when it first hit the market. Man, it had all sorts of bugs in the system. But I think if you just give these companies 6 months to work things out and get everything working properly, man, then it normally ends up being worth it.
No, I don't think the 3DR
really has those. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, is the 3DR, is that one of the programmable drones? Like, can you use like the programs on it and stuff now?
Oh yeah, dude, it's completely open source.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I remember it's kind of like the Linux or whatever of old school drones.
Well, it's Arducopter, so it runs APM Pickhawk setup.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and it actually just got an upgrade and a makeover. So it's I mean the whole principle behind the Solo was that it would never become obsolete because you could just add technology to it as you go, which is why I've never felt the need to buy a newer drone.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't do what I want it to do, I wait 3 months after new tech drops and somebody's already designed it, 3D printed it, and created the software for it, and I just install it on mine, and now I can do that too.
Nice.
Why would I So when I hear people like, "Oh, I got to upgrade my drone every 6 months because they come up with something new that mine can't do," like I don't have to worry about that because I have an open source bird that I just wait just a little bit and then I install it.
Well, and that's why like I'm waiting for something to be. And I'm not going to include splash drone in this, but something to be waterproof.
Mm-hmm.
I want for my next drone, I want something waterproof. So if I go do a shoot or I go do something or whatever, I don't have to worry about rain, or I can shoot in the rain because that would be kind of cool to shoot. But I know like fog and all that stuff. If it's freezing, it doesn't matter if your drone's waterproof. You're going to have propeller seas and all that stuff. But it would just be really cool to be able to shoot in the rain, I think. But
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, think about when it's raining pretty decent, man. The higher you go, the more rain you're going to see, which causes a wall effect.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're actually going to get the vision that you think you're going to get. You know what I mean?
True.
Now, it might be cool if there was lightning going on, because then if you had lightning in the distance, you could see a massive wall of rain and then an explosion of blue, and then slow it down and screenshot that capture.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that might be some sick pictures.
And then like attach filament to your drone and take it all the way down to yourself and stand in like metal shoes, right?
Exactly. Shock value.
Yes.
Total shock value.
The Ben Franklin of today. Not a kite, but a drone, right?
I'm with it.
But so I was going to ask you. So you fly drones, you do RC boats, you do RC cars. Of the three of those things, which is your favorite? Like right now. I mean, I know it's probably changed at times, but which is your favorite right now? Boats, cars, drones. Like I should say quadcopters.
I'm definitely a fan of drones because there's so much less maintenance involved except for battery care. Drones really don't have failures. Let me specify. GPS platform birds have a very rare factor for failure rate.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're being honest, they're not friction vehicles. Okay. Anytime you deal with a friction vehicle like a boat or a car that requires ground to tire contact to move, or a boat that requires prop to water contact, I consider these friction vehicles.
Yeah.
And friction vehicles are fun, but they're broken way more often and they're constantly down for parts because of the friction that they go through. Whereas a drone constantly flies all the time, and it's really rare that you burn an ESC or a motor. So I think having less issue makes for more fun. My drones aren't really ever down. My boat is down constantly. My car is down constantly.
Yeah.
I think fun value factor is going to be drones.
Yeah.
I
So
think
what on
second,
the boat
second,
goes down? What on the boat goes down?
well,
Does it
like
just get water in it,
you
or?
can burn out motors, you can overheat ESCs, you can lose a prop, you can, you know what I'm saying? And props aren't cheap, man. They're like $45 a prop. So it's not, you know, it's not something you want to. I blow out bearings in the drive shaft. I seize bearings while I'm going. You know, the high torque motors fail. God, the dog bones get all ripped up, and then they lock, and then they'll twist off the motor shaft. So I mean, these are all things that you go through with friction vehicles. It's no different than ground vehicles. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But
Yeah.
how often do you fly your drone and you twist a shaft off? You don't. It's like
No.
unheard of unless you're flying race drones.
Gotcha.
You know, now you may have motor failure, but after how many hours of flight? My solo right now just passed 515 flights and never had a problem.
Wow. I think
So
on my Mavic Air, because it's the only one that I can count how many flights, because it tells you how many flights each battery has taken if you look
Sure.
at the stats. I think each one of my batteries is between, I think the lowest one has 34 and the highest one has 41. So somewhere around
Right.
100, 115 flights or something on the thing.
I
But-
used my boat 6 times and I burned something out or break something.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. That's quite a bit.
Back in for parts, you know.
Yeah. So that's a lot of like what the FPV guys, where they're, seizing
Yeah.
motors and breaking props
Yep.
and having.
Which is why I don't.
stuff go out.
Yeah, I don't heavily get into. I can fly acro. I can do those things, but it's just not fun for me because I'm like, man, I don't want to blow. Like, dude, when you hit a tree going 70 miles an hour, flack parts. Guess what? Start all over. Then you build your new one, and then you're out trying to hit the same gap. Whack parts. Build a new one.
Yep.
You know, it's like, come on, man. I don't have time for this. This is super expensive to keep blowing drones up on trees.
Oh yeah. Well, so did you see Drone Shots in chat said that he ran into this one guy who used to build RC boats with like weed whacker engines.
Sure.
That's
my next
crazy cool.
my next step is going to be a servo operated two-stroke. It's something I want to build. I want to get the haul myself and then run direct drive.
Yeah.
And so it'll have two servos. One servo will control the throttle, and it'll be mounted pretty tight. I want a high RPM four-stroke motor, so I don't have to do gas and oil mix, just straight gas. And dude, I should be able to run the boat for 40, 50 minutes on one tank of gas, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And never have to worry about it cutting out. It's such an easy motor to work on. Very simple placement. You know, I think the biggest thing that's going to be hard to do is designing a chassis to hold the motor in place with all those heavy vibrations. Now, four strokes don't vibrate as much as two strokes.
Yeah, true.
Four strokes have a lot less vibration factor, but they're also not as torquey out the hole.
Yeah.
So it will go fast, but it takes longer to get up to speed on a four stroke. However, once again, there's that nice thing about not having to tune a two stroke. A four stroke, you just gas and go.
Yep.
Pull the cord, go. Once it's started, man, you're in, you know.
Yep.
So, but yeah, they're really, like, even building your own boats are really simple, man. And those boats don't break often. The problem is if they flip over. So the boats that I normally run have self-righting features. They're so torquey with the motor that if they flip over, you can reverse forward and then the boat flips upright, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that with a four-stroke. It doesn't have the power to flip itself upright again. So if it does flip over upside down, you got to have a kayak or a boat to go retrieve the stupid thing. Hopefully it doesn't take on water. If it does, you're probably going to hyperlock the motor from getting water inside of the air intake and then have to tear it all down and redo it. So normally when you build boats like that, you aim for catamaran style, because catamarans don't normally flip over if they're wide enough. They can really go fast and not flip over. Like the flip over rate is a lot lower.
I still like
So.
with all the stuff that you've said that's happened to your boats. I still think, and it just makes me even more like crazy about your dang alligator video. Like, how the hell did that boat come back and actually drive again after I let it go? When you just drive the thing and it goes bad.
I don't think he bit it very hard. I think he just put it in his mouth and realized it wasn't food. Yeah. Swam around with it for a minute and then just kind of I see what happens was I was in territorial waters. Mm-hmm. So they just sit on the bottom and they wait for fish to come close to them and then they grab them, but that's their hunting hole. So everybody in the video was like, "Oh, this is so fake. It went down and it came back up at exactly the same spot." You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no control over where the alligator goes. I saw him pass me in the video. I saw him swim past me with it in his mouth, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me! That is crazy!" It was over in a millisecond, bro. I saw the big splash, and then the boat was gone. You know what I'm saying? It was no different than like a duck sitting on the surface. They just snatch it and pull it underwater.
If you watch that on a big screen, like you're not watching it on your phone. On my phone, I couldn't see it, but if you watch it on a big screen, you can see the shadow of the darn thing.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. Like nobody believed me, man. I wasn't joking. The thing was underwater for 3 minutes. I'm not getting in that water. No. I have jumped in that water to swim and get a boat one time, and that was the most ominous feeling ever, swimming out to get my boat. That was only 15 feet off the boat ramp. I was like, dude, there are 8-foot gators in here. What am I doing? This is so dumb. It's like, so I don't know, man. That's not somewhere I normally like to end up.
No, but I don't think so. I think I would probably rather let the boat go than jump in with gators. But then again, I've done stupid things before, so you never know.
I have a passion for the FT11. I had it for 2 years, man.
Yeah.
The FT11 doesn't have nearly the amount of problems that the FT12 had. The FT12 was constantly down for parts. The FT11 every once in a while needs things. It's not nearly as bad, but you see, my issue is I break it so often because I take it out to salt water, and salt water does not do good with cheap Chinese components.
Salt water doesn't do with any kind of boat or anything.
I know, but it takes a major toll on like RC boats and stuff, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I keep making the mistake of taking it out to brackish water and taking out the salt water because I can't help it. There's waves, dude. Do you know how sick it is to hit a 5-foot wave coming into shore and it's just like, and it's just airborne. Like, it just looks savage as all get up blasting off saltwater waves.
Nice.
If you can get any kind of speed, ride the trough and then just last second pull right up into it and just launch the boat over 2 waves, it just looks crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to think by scale size, dude, like a 2-foot wave is like a tidal wave compared to a 2-foot boat.
Well, yeah, if you have a 110 scale, that's like a boat that's like 30 feet or something like that going off of a 20-foot wave and going 50 feet in the air.
Exactly. That's why I said people aren't impressed. They're like, that's cool, I guess. I'm like, dude, look at it from scale size. Imagine if you were a little dude on that boat. Like, that had to be like the craziest ride ever, man.
Oh, yeah.
You just launched off like a 25-foot wave, just full throttle,
That's the part in a movie that you're like, oh, come on, guys. Make it a little realistic. But yeah, but you're doing that on a scale, so.
Exactly. So when you watch these, like, yes, now you get it, like the perfect storm, and they're trying to ride that massive wave straight up. That's essentially what is happening here,
Yep.
So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for, do you have a link to that? Do you have a link to that video of yours with the?
No, but you can YouTube it real quick. Just look up RC boat versus alligator. And I think there's 2 versions of it. There's the whole story, and then there's just the quick version of it. You'll probably just want to show the quick version of it instead of the whole story. because the whole story is me out there flying my drone, like the whole build up to the alligator doing his thing.
Huh. It looks like
It's
oh,
got
somebody has another one.
30.
That,
It's got
yeah,
like 30,000 views or something, 40, something like that. I don't know. I don't know what it's at now. What is it at?
I'm looking here really quick. Everything 30, almost 37,000. So.
Yeah, it's almost 40,000 views in like a year. That's not too bad.
All right, guys, I'm gonna paste his alligator versus boat video in here for you guys, so you guys can all watch it at some point in time.
Bro, feel free to play it, screen share it, just show it to everybody now. You have my permission. You're good.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said in the beginning of this stream, my internet has been so bad lately. Like just having it play on my other monitor here is making your audio get bad. So I think I might break my stream if I do that tonight. Otherwise I would.
I think the audio's bad because I think I'm on my Bluetooth.
Oh no! Well, it only started doing it once I have your video playing. So I would totally do it on another night, and it's probably actually a good thing that you don't have your actual video up because it might, like I said, my internet's been so bad. It's been so bad the last few days. So,
you're good.
But yeah, this video, guys, the one that I just linked to you guys, it is like my favorite Dan video. And it's, gosh, it was 2 Marches ago. So it's 2 years old.
Was it 2 years? 2 years now?
Yeah, 2 years in March.
Views a year.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's been a while, I guess. Huh. Yeah, that was a wild day, bro. I think by the end of the video, I was like, you should be done with the internet today. I can't believe this dude gave my boat back. What? I can't believe he didn't. Like, I was expecting him just to chew it up and I was never going to see it again. You know what I mean?
You just see like a part come up and then another part would come up and then another part would come up. Yeah.
Actually, I was waiting to see the explosion under the water from him biting into a LiPo battery, but whatever, like gator blood and like a gator floating to the surface from exploding a.
It'll be like the one in what is it, Happy Gilmore that takes what's his name's eye.
Hey Chubbs,
or
remember that gator that got your hand?
Yeah.
I got his head.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
RC, you can make a part 2. RC boat eaten by alligator. Eating alligator that ate my RC boat.
I got him back, Chubbs. I got him back. This was for you, Chubbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, that was an interesting day. Luckily, that's been the only time I've ever had an alligator mess with my RC. I just couldn't believe how fast he snatched it. It was gone because it was rolling over. It's not like I thought it dove at first because sometimes they'll dive and then they'll just immediately surface, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like as long as you let out of the throttle, they just come back up. But when it disappears for 3-4 minutes, you got to assume something is wrong here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it went down, they normally just pop right back up. I'm like, all right, hold on. Okay. And then I saw the stickers. I had the GoPro sticker on the front of it, and it was zigzagging in the water. I was like, what the heck? And then I noticed there was legs and a tail, and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's gone.
And if only you had, like, a polarized lens on your camera.
I know.
Right?
Dude, well, that was only 1080 at 30 frames, so I tried to zoom in on the water so you could see the stickers.
Yeah.
And if you do focus close enough, you can see the red and the blue GoPro sticker.
Mm-hmm.
You can only see it for a variation of like 2 seconds, though, and then it's kind of gone and it blends in with the reflection in the water.
Yeah.
So I can see it just because I know what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? But for you guys that don't have an idea, before you start the video, look at the boat. You'll notice a red and blue sticker on the front of it. Look for that in the water. The discoloration will throw you off. Actually, if you were to run it through maybe a color scheme program, you could probably stencil it a lot easier. Like you may be able to actually see the stencil lines from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I may try that. I may download it and see if I can run it through a couple different variations of another software to see if I can stencil it.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But like I said, you can actually see like a little bit of the shadow of the alligator too.
Oh
if
yeah,
you look at
yeah.
a
When he
bigger
first grabs
screen.
it,
Yeah.
it's over in like a fraction of a second. Like you don't even realize what takes place. It's like holy cow,
Yeah, well,
what just
because
happened?
you don't film him actually grabbing it, like, because you're like
Mm.
looking at your remote or something, I think, or whatever. And then you look back, and then it's like, that's when you can see kind of the alligator from where the thing was. You can see its shadow or whatever. So,
It's an interesting video for sure.
yeah.
It's yeah, man, it caused a lot of controversy when I first dropped it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I thought you had GoPro footage. Like the FT12 can't carry the GoPro. I was talking about the GoPro on my head. I hope my GoPro got that. I said that in the video. I didn't realize that people thought it actually had a GoPro. Like I was talking about a GoPro being on the boat itself.
Yeah.
I was talking about I hope my headband GoPro got that on video.
How cool would that
You know
have
what I'm
been,
saying?
though, if you could
Dude,
get?
if I had it right, and then he brought it back with the GoPro still attached. See, that's what I'm waiting for with the FT11. I send it out there in hopes of losing a scam cam. I don't care. Because if the scam cam comes back and there's teeth marks and I'm watching it in a gator's mouth, I'm gonna be like, yes, that happened. Yes, I will lose a $20 scam cam to a gator. I'm okay with that.
There you go. Especially for instead of 38,000, you might have, 3 to 8 million views on something like that.
Yeah, and I still won't even hit the 1% bracket
Yeah.
of subscribers.
No,
Yeah.
you probably, but you might get a few thousand more out of something that got you 3 to 8,000
Yeah,
or 3 to 8
maybe.
million. But
Maybe.
I mean, hey, I mean, look at me. I'm at 57,000 something views or whatever is what I have, and I'm at 1,150 subscribers. So I'm at 2% per video, I guess. That's all right, I guess, huh? That's not bad. But
just all right. So I got the comments pulled up here.
yeah,
We're not doing too bad. We managed to keep 8 people. Thomas, what's up?
yeah, I'm seeing 10 right now. But like I said, my thing is so far behind. It said 3 for like the first 30 minutes of the stream, and I saw more than 8 people commenting at that time. So
See, Drone Shot says you should make a video a boat that looks like a duck. The problem is that's not original. Everybody's already done that. I try to come up with original ideas that nobody's seen before, man. That's what primed me to want to make the flying DeLorean. Not just any flying DeLorean, that's been done. I wanted to make the world's smallest flying DeLorean. You know what I mean? Like I try to take what's there and like make it better. I've always been that way.
And you got to make it have a top speed of 86 miles an hour.
Right.
It's 86, right? Not 87?
88.
Is it 88? All right.
Yep. 88 miles per hour.
I haven't seen that movie or any of those movies in so long. It's been like 15, 20 years since I've seen some of those movies. But
yeah, no, I love the actually we were just talking about I almost convinced myself to buy a Lotus Espeton SE the other day.
Nice.
From the 90s from the well no, it was an 88, but it still came with a turbocharged 4-cylinder that was nasty, bro. Like it could eat the Lamborghini Countach. It could take the Ferrari Roadster. Like we found this, like the guy wanted, I can't remember what he said he wanted. He wanted 5. We managed to talk him down to 2,000 for it. It was still in really good shape, man. So me and Ron were gonna pitch in on buying this this Lotus from the 80s. And it looks like an exotic supercar because it was at the time. It was a low-bred exotic supercar.
Was it the Elise or whatever? Or?
No, the Elise is newer. This would have been the Esprit, the Esprit SE.
Okay.
So there's a lot of submodels in between the Esprit. The Esprit was kind of like the first variations of the Lotus, but it had more of like a Ferrari look to it. You know what I'm saying? It was built very weird though. The guy that designed it was the same. The reason I'm talking about it is because the guy that designed it was the same person that designed the DeLorean. So it definitely has that DeLorean look to it, but it also has a lot of Ferrari, and the back end has a lot of, I just said the name too. What's the other one, man? Lamborghini. It's got a Lamborghini rear end on it mixed with Ferrari. I don't know, man.
Did you say the Countach or?
Yeah, so it would have had a very Countach look to it, which
Yeah.
was a 12-cylinder. So
That was a
so you
cool
got a
car.
four-cylinder out there smoking a Countach,
Wow.
you know.
I had
And,
a picture of a Countach in my room when I was growing up and stuff. And
Yeah.
the Diablo as well.
Yeah, there we go. He said Geek Cement said 88 Esprit. That's what I was talking about, the 88 Esprit. So anyways, man, it's it's a fun car, very fast, but I'll tell you what, man, it was a very strange build
Yeah.
because it wasn't a normal car chassis. It had one solid subframe that ran all the way down the center. There were no side chassis. Like there was
Really?
there was no like side. I don't know, man. You got to look it up for yourself. It was a very interesting build. Like the interior looked like complete ragged dog crap.
So what
Like
happens if you
it
get
was
T-boned? If it has no like side framing?
it's made of fiberglass. Like almost the entire car other than the chassis is made of fiberglass.
Yeah. So make sure you turn and hit him head on then.
Right. Let him eat that big steel beam that comes down the center of the car.
Oh.
So,
Oh, that's right. Just looking, you are right. James Bond had an S Spirit.
yes.
The submarine car that he had.
Yep.
When he
Yeah,
went and
because it
fought, was it Jaws that he fought? Who was it that he fought underwater?
I thought that was Octopussy.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would have been was it Octopussy? I could have sworn that's what it was.
Yeah, but Jaws was in that one, and he was in the one in space
We're
too,
talking
wasn't
about Roger Moore, right?
he? Yep. I can't remember. I haven't watched that.
No.
I have a bunch of the Bond movies. I think I even have Octopussy, but I have probably 18, 20 of them.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Geeks is right. The weird thing about the Esprit was that it was designed after, like, there were like the brakes were from Peugeot, the fuel injectors were from Ford. Like, just weird. It was weird. The whole car was pieced together from all these different manufacturers. It was really strange. Like, it was just a weird car. It was like the cheap version of a supercar, but it actually had a lot of get up and go. You know, it was just a strange design. It's
Yeah.
really weird. It was like, okay. So
Cool.
well, listen, bro. I'm gonna let you get back to it. What does Coast say, Dan? Are you at work still or driving? No, I'm home, man. I'm sitting in my driveway. The dogs are probably at the door waiting for me to come in. I've been sitting in the driveway for a while.
You know what's funny is I usually shut down right around between 8:30 and 9. So I was just going to tell you, Dan, I'm going to shut it down here soon. So yeah, hey, thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it. You're always welcome
man.
here. Always welcome
You're
on.
good, bro. I just have fun, as you can tell. I don't. Yeah, man. Everybody takes me too serious, I think.
I don't take too many things too serious. My daughter learned how to be sarcastic at the age of 2, so you can see where her learning came from.
Oh yeah. So what do you got in the background there? Is that a Fly Sky i6 transmitter?
Yeah. I did. In fact, Hadley's that you were talking about earlier. He sent this to me.
Oh, with the trainer cord. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've been learning on the trainer because I'm wanting to do some acro stuff and maybe even get an acro drone one of these days and show everybody that I too can crash it into things at high speeds.
Yes. Yeah, it's I tried liftoff, but it was so taxing on my system. I decided to get rid of liftoff.
Yeah, Velocidrone is pretty taxing too. It uses a full 4 gigs of RAM. So
yeah, no, I went ahead and just downloaded Freerider Recharged, and that's doing just fine for me right now.
Cool.
So I think I'm just gonna stick with that.
Sounds good.
I don't need to burn my computer out, but yeah, man, thanks for having me on, bro.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming on, Dan. And everybody, like I said, I'm going to be getting off here and taking off as well. So please, everybody, don't forget to hit that like button. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Later, all.